Have you ever noticed every new year we make resolutions like I will become fit this year, I will focus fully on my studies, I will use my phone less. But within a few days, everything remains the same. Why? Do we lack willpower? Don't we have motivation? No. James Clear says the problem is not of motivation, but of the system. Atomic Habits teaches us how we can transform our entire life with our small habits. In this video, we break down the 5 most powerful lessons of Atomic Habits with real-life examples. This is not just a book summary, it's a guide you can implement in your life starting today. So let's begin a journey of Atomic Habits which will give you not just a book, but a new identity. Lesson number 1. Just improve 1% every day. Think, if you become just 1% better every day, just a little. No more hard work, no motivation, just a little improvement every day. So what will happen after a year? James Clear says you can become a 37 times better person. Neither 10% nor 100%, but 3700%. You must be thinking just 1%? What will happen with this? Let's listen to a small story. There was a boy, Rahul. Every year he made a resolution. I will go to the gym, I will diet, I will use my phone less. But after 2 weeks, everything would go away. Then he read Atomic Habits and he took a decision. I will become just 1% better daily. On the first day, only 5 push-ups. On the second day, 6. On the third day, 7. In 1 month, he started doing 30 push-ups daily, without motivation, without struggle, and in 6 months, his whole body was transformed. So this is the power of getting 1% better every day. So James Clear says, greatness comes from consistency, not intensity. And my professor always said us, make yourself better than yesterday. So starting today, ask yourself one question every day. How can I become just 1% better today? Comment and tell us what will be your 1% improvement today. Now let's move on to next lesson. Lesson number 2. Create your identity. Often people say, I have to study daily, I have to top the exam, I have to become a successful businessman. But Atomic Habits say, the most wrong way to achieve goals is to just run after them. If you want to form a habit, then work on identity, not on the goal. Let us tell you another news story and make you understand. Ria was a UPSC aspirant. You must know that UPSC is the second toughest exam in the world. She used to watch motivational videos every day, make a new timetable and write in bold letters, Target UPSC 2025. But after every 3-4 days, her flow used to break. Sometimes she would click on Instagram, sometimes it would be friends' plans, sometimes it would be fatigue. One day she read Atomic Habits, and her whole perspective changed. She stopped writing her target on her board and she started writing, I'm a sincere civil servant. She changed her self-talk and said, I study today because I am a UPSC topper. I stay away from distractions because I am a focused IAS officer. After a few months, neither did she need reminders, nor did she need motivation. Now, reading was not just his habit, it had become his identity. So the moral of the story is that Ria worked more on her identity than her goal. When you start saying to yourself, I am this, then your actions become automatic according to that identity. You start working automatically. Instead of your mind getting disturbed, you start focusing on your work. That's why James Clear says, don't focus on what you want to achieve. Focus on who you want to become. If you like the 2 lessons, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's move forward. Lesson number 3. The habit loop. Whenever we form a habit, whether it is good or bad, it does not form randomly. Every habit develops through a fixed psychological process. James Clear calls it the habit loop. This loop has 4 parts: cue, craving, response, and reward. These 4 steps are the engine behind every habit. If you want to form a habit or want to break it, then it is important for you to understand this loop. And when you understand this, then it becomes very easy for you to form a habit. Let us understand it one by one. First is cue. Cue is the initial trigger or information that tells your brain that you will get a reward on doing a task. This is the beginning of a habit. For example, getting a notification on your phone, cue to check social media. Getting up from bed in the morning, cue to make coffee. Getting a message from a friend, cue to reply. Remember, cue is the key that starts our engine. But how to use it? Let me tell you. If you want to go jogging in the morning, keep your shoes and clothes ready. If you want to read books, keep them near your bed at night. If you want to stay hydrated always, keep a water bottle near you. Now this is what will happen. When you have suitable things, your mind automatically motivates you to use them. This may not happen for 1 day or 2 days, but when it happens repeatedly, your mind will automatically say, "Come on, friend, let's use it today." And this is the beginning of your habit. So, this is our cue. Now let's talk about cravings. Friends, if cue is the key, then craving is that emotion which forces you to take actual action. Craving means that yearning, that restlessness, that intense feeling which arises inside you when your mind expects some reward. Let me give you an example. You just saw a bodybuilder. He is attracting people with his good body. Now this is where your craving starts. You will say, "Friend, I also want to build a body. I also want to look attractive." You start getting restless. Friends, this is craving, which forces you to build a body. Whenever you see any cue, dopamine is released in your brain. Actually, dopamine is released not when you get the actual reward, but in the anticipations of getting the reward. As you saw in your above example, even before building your body, you felt that you will also look attractive. Now let's explain how to use it. If you want to start a business, read success stories. If you want to learn guitar, learn by putting up posters of your favorite artist. Take advantage of social environment. If you want to do fitness, stay with fit people. If you want to study, go to the library where everyone is studying. If you want to do business, network with entrepreneurs. When you do this, you will see that now your mind has also started thinking in the same direction. Instead of distractions, you will start seeing opportunities. Instead of excuses, you will start getting solutions. So friends, this is the real power of craving. When you understand it and use it correctly, then it will become very easy for you to make or break any habit. Now let's talk about response. Response means the action you do after craving. That is, the reason gave the signal, craving aroused the desire, and now you take a step to fulfill that desire. That is your response. Now, friends, there is an important thing here. Response happens only when you have two things, motivation and ability. Look, we get motivation, but do we have the ability? That is, if craving is strong, but it is difficult to take action, then habit will never be harmed. So what is the solution for this? Simple. Make the response easy. That is, keep the steps so small that the mind cannot refuse it. Like, if you want to start exercise, don't keep a target of 1 hour straight. Start with just 5 push-ups. If you want to meditate, start with 5 or 10 minutes. If you want to read daily, don't think of 20 pages. Just read 1 page. Because friends, when the response is easy, the mind thinks, this is so simple, and takes immediate action. And that small beginning slowly turns into a big habit. Now that you have taken action, now finally it is time for reward. And this step will decide whether your habit will be strong or you will forget it tomorrow. Come on, reward means that peace, that satisfaction, which you get after giving your response. This is the reason which tells the mind, yes, I should do this work again. As an example, you did meditation, got reward. Your mind became calm. You drank coffee, got reward. Energy and freshness came. You did jogging, got reward. Your mood became fresh and your body felt light. Friends, reward is that step which decides whether a habit stays or goes away. If the reward is satisfying, then the mind will say, let's do it again. And if the reward itself turns out to be boring or negative, then the habit will not survive for long. Now the question is how to use it. Add small rewards along with your good habits. Like if you studied for 30 minutes, then reward yourself by relaxing for 5 minutes. If you completed your workout, then enjoy your favorite playlist. If you completed your writing task, then treat yourself with a small snack or tea. Because when the brain gets reward after every action, the habit will not feel boring. Rather, the brain itself will say, "Oh, this is fun, let's do it tomorrow." Friends, habits are not formed in a day. Rather, they are formed by repeating this habit loop again and again. So this was our habit loop. Now let's talk about lesson number 4. Lesson number 4. The power of environment. James Clear says, people think they lack motivation, but actually they lack clarity in environment. In simple words, no matter how motivated you are, if the environment is bad, the habit will never become strong. And if the environment is set right, then even without motivation, the habit will be formed automatically. We have that environment around us, we just need to use it. For example, if you want to keep your body fit, then go to the gym where everyone is exercising. Will you feel like playing games here? Absolutely not. If you want peace, then go to a quiet place where you like to go. Will you feel like making noise there? No, because the environment is like this. If you have to study or complete some office work, then go to the library. You just go there and sit. Your mind will itself say, "Come on friend, I will also do some work." Why? Because the environment is effective. And friends, I also use this power sometimes. Really, it works very effectively. Because this is the hidden power which is more powerful than motivation. Motivation works for a day, but environment pushes you silently every day. So next time, whenever you want to start a new habit, set your environment in such a way that the habit gets formed for you automatically. Now, let's talk about our last lesson. Lesson number 5. Break the bad habits. Friend, this lesson cannot be skipped if you want to build a good habit. Or let's assume you have built a good habit, still it cannot last for a long time. Suppose there is a bucket and on one side you are pouring clean water and on the other side dirty water. Will clean water collect in that bucket? No. Why? Because on one side you are pouring clean water and on the other side you are also pouring dirty water. To collect clean water, you must stop the dirty water that is coming. Only then you will get clean water. And this lesson teaches the same. How to remove bad habits. Because only when your bad habits are gone, then your good habit will be built or will last for a long time. So this also has 4 parts. I will explain each part very easily. First is, make it invisible. If you want to break a habit, remove it from in front of your eyes. Because our brain does the same work which it sees again and again. Suppose you are using social media a lot. If you want to stay away from it, then delete your apps or remove them from the home screen. If you're playing games too much, then hide your PS5 or gaming equipments or keep them somewhere else. When you do this, the trigger of bad habits gets removed from in front of your eyes. And slowly the second one is make it unattractive. By the way, friends, we are attracted to attractive things only. And bad habits are one of them. But if we want to get rid of bad habits, then we have to make them unattractive. For example, if you have a habit of scrolling the phone all the time, then you tell yourself, scrolling the phone means wasting 1 hour. There is no benefit, only regret. The more you repeat this thought, the weaker your craving will become. The more you associate that habit with negative and bad things in your mind, the more that habit will become unattractive. Just remember, as long as your mind considers that habit as cool, you will not be able to leave it. But as soon as you consider it as dirty, useless, and a waste of time, the craving will automatically fall. Friends, the third step is make it difficult. One thing is very simple. If you want to break a bad habit, then make it so difficult to do that your mind will not be able to do it. Like, if you want to reduce junk food, then do not keep chips and cold drinks at home. Because when you will have the craving and the nearest option is to take it out of the fridge, then you will eat it immediately. But if you have to go out to the shop at night to buy chips, chances are you will think, leave it friend, we will eat tomorrow. Because friends, the less difficult the task is, the further we will go away from it. And there is also a psychology that we often avoid difficult tasks. And we have to take advantage of this very thing so that a bad habit gets rid of quickly. Now, the fourth and last step is make it unsatisfying. That means make the bad habit feel so guilty or give it such strong consequences that you realize I should never do this again. For example, let's say you have the habit of waking up late. If you told your friend, call me at 6 in the morning to wake me up, and you didn't wake up or pick the call, then that day you'll have to listen to your friend's scolding. That uncomfortable feeling will actually push you to wake up on time the next day. Friends, the point is simple. If you want to break a habit, make it boring and guilty. Because humans always repeat what feels enjoyable. If instead of fun, it gives guilt, then your brain itself will say, no bro, let's not do this again. Friends, these were the 5 powerful lessons from Atomic Habits. Add them to your life and you'll see yourself building strong and positive habits one by one. If you found these 5 lessons helpful, then do like the video and subscribe to the channel for more such book summaries.